and welcome to this walkthrough of the new NatureMetrics intelligence platform. In this short video, I'll talk you through the main features and how it will help your organization to better understand and report on nature. The platform makes tracking your organization's biodiversity footprint very easy and provides you with actionable insights to drive important decisions from nature and your business. So let's go ahead and take a tour of the platform. The first page of the NatureMetrics platform is the project portfolio page. This screen gives you an at-a-glance view of all your organization's biodiversity monitoring projects around the globe. From this hub, you can quickly toggle between all of your different sites, and you can also download all of your NatureMetrics reports from here too. No more hunting through cluttered inboxes for your latest monitoring insight. Here you can see in this demo, the customer has 4 ongoing multi-year projects: an offshore wind farm development, a wetlands rewilding project, a reforestation project, and a kelp restoration site. As you can see, these projects are from a variety of habitats, and the specific project tasks are summarized on the project tiles. Now, to explore the platform in more detail, we will look at the offshore wind farm development project off the coast of the UK. So let's dive in. Upon entering the project, you are taken straight to the map view where you can instantly visualize your sampling sites and survey design. To give you a quick overview of the platform display, down the left-hand side of the screen you can see the navigation bar, which takes you through all the key platform features like the map view, dashboard, ecostat area and tables. And along the top of this view you can adjust your settings selection, including the time frame, habitat or test type, and metrics. This means you can customize the insights you're viewing at any time. To give you some background on this specific project, in early 2020, a wind farm was built off the coast of the UK, and the customer wanted to understand what impact this new wind farm development had on the local biodiversity, as the company's nature strategy strives to achieve biodiversity net gain at all new development sites. In the blue, you can see sampling sites around the new wind farm development, and either side in red are control sample sites. This control group of samples is really important as it allows the client to compare the area that they have directly impacted to the undisturbed control areas. This ultimately enables us to differentiate any changes that are a direct impact from the wind farm to any natural environmentally induced variations such as weather events. The NatureMetrics team can support you when designing your in-field sampling survey. Now, on the right-hand side of this panel, you can see a breakdown of all the species found across the site, but we'll come back to that later. For now, let's jump into the dashboard overview using the navigation panel on the left. So here you're seeing the project overview dashboard. This is my favorite page of the platform as it pulls together the key nature insights from your project into one simple to understand and accessible view. Up here at the top, you can see the 3 test types used for this project. I have selected to look at the fish data for now. And I've also selected the full time frame of the project. But if you wanted to focus in on a particular time frame, you can do that here. Here in the top left, you can see how species richness across the wind farm site has changed over time, from the point of installation in early 2020 to the current day. Species richness is the number of different species detected. An increase in species richness is generally associated with a positive trend in biodiversity. And on the right-hand side, you can see how the evolutionary diversity metric also changes over this time frame. Evolutionary diversity is the diversity of species detected at a site. An increase in evolutionary diversity indicates a more varied community of species. Now, at a glance, you can instantly see that since the wind farm was installed, there has been an increase in biodiversity. But if you want to drill down even further into this data, let's jump into the map and ecostats pages to explore this trend more. So we are back in the map view, and in the settings panel, I've selected the species richness metric to explore further. So this view now shows those same sampling size, but the size of each of these dots shows the average species richness value of each sample. And again, at a glance, you can clearly see the average species richness at the wind farm site is higher than the control size, which is great news for our customer. On the right-hand side, we can see all the detected species, along with the number of samples that species was found in and their IUCN status. You can even select the names to understand more about that species. I can see an endangered species in that list. Let's take a look. Raja undulata, also commonly known as the undulate ray. We can see here in the description that is an endangered species due to overfishing, so it looks like reduction in fishing as a result of the construction of the wind farm is actually supporting the return of this species. And after selecting this species, the dots on the map even changed to show exactly which samples that species was detected in. Now, even though on this map we can quite clearly observe that the species richness is higher in the samples around the wind farm, sometimes it might not be so obvious if that difference is statistically significant. And I would also like to understand how that species richness has changed over time. And that's where the EcoStats area of the platform comes in. So let's head over there. In the EcoStats area, I can select the ecological trends graph, and I have again selected the species richness metric to explore more. Over the years, we can see how the species richness at the wind farm increased compared to the control site. Now, is this difference statistically significant? Let's take a look. We are still in the EcoStats area, but now I have selected the statistical comparison. We are looking at the species richness metric and comparing the wind farm site to the control sites in the sampling year 2023. And as you can see, there is indeed a statistically significant difference between the sites. Now, this is such a powerful nature insight, enabling you to robustly say that the wind farm development has had a statistically significant positive impact on the local biodiversity, knowing that it's fully backed with this robust environmental DNA data. So let's jump back to the dashboard overview to see what other insights the platform can pull. On the main dashboard page at the bottom, any IUCN red list species and invasive species found in any of your samples are flagged. Again, these are simple, actionable insights which can help you make important decisions about your site. Luckily for this project, no invasive species was found. But imagine your project was, say, in a woodland ecosystem and you detected an invasive mink in your soil samples. You could instantly start taking corrective action to remove the invasive species. Or conversely, if you detect an IUCN red list species, such as the European eel detected here, you can ramp up your conservation efforts or adjust your project plan to support these new species. Now, we have talked a lot about some of the more simple metrics like species richness, but NatureMetrics offers a whole suite of metrics that you can apply to your data depending on what is important to your project. So let's zoom in here on the marine fish metrics: food chain integrity, prevalence of sensitive species, and commercial value. These metrics help you understand how complete a food chain is, how vulnerable the species found are to human disturbance, and a measure of economic value of the fish detected. As you can imagine, this is a key nature insight that you would want to report to local fisheries and stakeholders that may have been initially negatively impacted by the construction of the wind farm, and they can no longer fish directly around the farm. So let's take a closer look on the map at the commercial value fish metric. So here in the map view, I have selected the commercially valuable species metric. And it's quite amazing to see that the commercially valuable species, such as this European sea bass, are being supported by the wind farm. And this is great news for local fisheries that these species are being drawn back to the area. The species pop-up and map view are a really great way to communicate these success stories to relevant stakeholders. Now, over in the EcoStats area again, the attraction of these sorts of species, the ones not typically found in the area, can be observed in the community comparison graph. This graph essentially shows that the community of species found at the wind turbines, the blue dots, is significantly different from the community of species found at the control sites. And this is represented by the fact that the ovals aren't overlapping. This graph is a really great way of showing that the wind farm is attracting and supporting new species in the area, which is again great news for local fisheries. Now, there are lots of other really useful insights you can pull from the platform pages, such as this taxonomic breakdown of the species detected. But the key takeaway in the platform is that it enables you to manipulate your data to pull the exact insights you need to simply and effectively report on your nature impact over time. Now, this is just one demonstration of a demo customer's journey to nature positive. And with more data gathered over time, this story will become even more powerful. I hope this tour of the NatureMetrics intelligence platform has been helpful in showing you how we help our customers to turn the complexities of nature into simple insights to inform critical decisions. If you'd like to learn more about how the platform can help your organization, feel free to book in a demo with one of our friendly sales reps. Or find out more on our website, naturemetrics.com.